Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Breakdown Easter Special. Joined today by your host, Scumpy, and
the back man, they're calling me.
The
Methods, Tony Two Tits, you name it, they call me it. It's good, Abner.
What's good, baby? We're going to have a good show today. I think this is going to be our smoothest show thus far. We got a nice little run of show for you guys today.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. It is a live show. We have a lot of moving pieces. You never know. But we are making the deep dive a little bit shorter for you guys today. We hear your feedback. We're planning on actually switching that segment up pretty much completely. I think we're going to try to do like key moments from different matches throughout the whole weekend. So kind of like a top 10 breakdown of important plays, which I think will work out really well, and I think you guys will enjoy that more. But for today, we'll probably just do it normal with just one map for you guys. But let's get into it.
Firstly, want to thank every single person who tuned in today to the watch party and all weekend long. Happy Easter to those celebrating. Grateful to be bringing you guys the Easter special. Obviously, we dressed for the occasion.
And it's going to be hot, bro. I'm already getting hot. I can feel it with
yeah.
all these lights in the room, dude. If I end up looking like an absolute tomato by the end of this thing, don't roast me too hard, please.
Yeah, please don't.
Because goodness gracious. Zin, do you want to go ahead and introduce our first segment of the show?
I do. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know the drill. The first segment of the Breakdown Easter Special, the Breakdown Team of the Week. You guys know it. You guys love it. The Breakdown Team of the Week, where me and Abner, we come together. We discuss the players who have been taken over this weekend, and every weekend it's tough. I mean, there are so many good players that are taking over and propelling their team to victory. We like to do it in a way where we're not reusing the same players over and over, but some players are just playing so dominant and so lights out that we have no choice. So.
Yeah, sometimes it's impossible to leave some of these players out. I mean, if they're dropping 1.3s across the first couple across their matches for the week, if they're consistently doing it, they'll consistently be on our Team of the Week. Zin, I'll give you the honor of introducing our first applicant for the Breakdown Team of the Week.
You know him. He's the human turret, Sam Octane LaRue, kicking things off.
We just saw Sam play. They obviously fall a little bit short to OpTic, but despite that, the kid still had an absolutely unreal series against us. He ends up going double positive in the control, one of the biggest reasons why they probably end up 3-0ing that control. And other than that, he has a 1.32 overall, a 1.32 in hardpoint, a 1.06 in search, and a 1.46 in control. That's not including the stats from today, as they don't update that quickly, but it would be a crime to not include him on our Team of the Week.
Yeah, the kid, honestly, right now I put him at top 3, top 5 at like the very least for ARs in the game. He's been playing well, and not only has he been playing well, but the team's been playing well. So I think his level of play is definitely to be mentioned when it comes to the way Thieves have been playing. Obviously, they lost today, but still, I mean, a top 2, top 3 team in the game, losing to a strong OpTic.
I mean, we watched today, and it was a joy to watch today's match. We saw two of the best teams in the game, two of the best respawn teams in the game go head-to-head, and you see it there, 1.32, just to reiterate some of his stats, and they finally beat the Gorillas.
They finally beat LAG. They were 0-5 against LAG before that match, so the Battle of LA currently...
I mean, you look dumb. I mean, those ears, they look dumb on the couch when we were doing the watch party. Now they look even dumber.
I look fucking good.
Yeah, you look good, but you look dumb. Let me
Take the next one.
Our next member of the Team of the Week. We actually swapped him out last minute because of his performance as of late. I don't think it's any surprise.
Swapped him in.
Swapped him in.
Yes.
Yeah, swapped him in. It is Kyler Hook Garland, the
Kid's
nuke.
Insane. We were talking on the watch party about he could be one of the more underrated players, and I think I agree, and I think people are really starting to give him his flowers when it comes to his level of play. Like, not only, I said it on the show, what's so impressive about Kyler is his new discipline, because I feel like his entire career, and especially in the beginning of this game, his biggest downfall was how aggressive he is, and he's so talented. He kind of wants to take every single fight, and now he's playing so disciplined. Like, he's using that talent, but he knows when to use it. And just seeing that gameplay sort of evolve into a more disciplined style of play has been incredible to watch.
Yeah, the kid's been playing out of his mind lately. Ever since he turned off gyro aim, it was a meme in the community that Tatziki aim. It's a setting in the controller settings. Make sure you turn that off, by the way, if you're using it online.
Please.
Because ever since he turned that off, he's turned a complete new leaf. 1.17 overall, a 1.1 in hardpoint, a 1.0 in search and destroy, and a 1.13 in control. That's not including the stats today. He went, I think, 10-1 in the search today against Thieves, the top caliber team.
Look at that smile, dude. I feel like we rarely see that smile these days. He's just so locked 24/7.
He might be most locked player in the CDL right now.
He might be most locked player in history.
The guy does, until the job is done, he is not cracking a smile up there, and I love that about him. He's always locked in. He takes it very seriously, and yeah, people were questioning the move, and now look at him and Ant as a sub duo. They are rivaling, if not one of the best sub duos in the game. So
I mean, and I honestly was one of the people questioning the move when it first happened, because I truly think the player we saw in LAG compared to the player we see now, night and day difference. I mean, like, he's disciplined. He's playing playing lights out. And it's kind of similar to Ghosty, where I feel like this team are all improving together. Like, Ghosty's confidence in his style of play and level of play before Major 3 compared to now. I mean, we're looking at two different players. So I think the team is improving, and while the team improves, they're all becoming better individually. So can't say enough good things about Kyler. Next up, he's one of my favorites. I could not be
He might
happier.
be your favorite. Oh, he might be your favorite.
Dude, I love the kid.
Because you glaze.
Dude,
Glaze hard.
I glazed the kid, but he deserves the glaze. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Atlanta FaZe's very own MacArthur Cellium. Look at him. That fresh-ass haircut.
Dude, that hairline is insane. I mean, that thing could cut diamonds, one of the hardest materials on this earth. The kid's been an absolute staple for FaZe ever since they've really formed this dominant trio in the league, and he's a big reason why. He's one of the best flexes in the game, and I don't see him slowing down. He hasn't slowed down in the past couple of years. He's only really been getting better and better and better, so his ceiling's insane.
What I will say about him, I think he is the most consistent player in the world. I think no matter what's happening, no matter how FaZe is playing, the kid is still constantly a hard kill on the map. He plays smart. His movement's obviously good. He plays the AR role to a T. He knows when to overchow. He knows when to play his life. I mean, I could sit here and glaze him all day, but you already hear me do that.
You can do it too. FaZe up. This is the reason why that came. The Snake God Cellium, 1.3 overall, 1.27 in HP, 0.97 in search, but a 1.63 in control. The guy's been having his way this stage, and I'm excited to see what he can do moving forward, because he's always been a player to watch out for.
Yep. You take the last one, Abner.
Yeah, last but not least, to round out our team of the week, we have to show some love to the Bird's Nest. None other than Dylan Hannon, the Cannon.
I mean, you could hide anything. I mean, that picture of him.
They are indeed, but still, you can obviously win it over at P1. Envoy trying to put on the pressure as that scoreline for him continues to look fantastic.
I mean, he's a walking threat on Easter.
15. It only takes 5 more seconds. And a 5.
Drives ends that spree, takes care of business. Bomb side of the minimap once again. Next up points up. 1 point. Massive. Wow! 3 in the
One of my
feed.
favorite teammates of all time. He's very, very disciplined on the map. One of the best statistic subs we have right now through stage 4. The guy's got a 1.33 overall, a 1.5 in hardpoint with 3,200 damage per 10 minutes with 82 seconds in hill.
Yeah.
As well as a 1.44 in search and destroy and a 1.02 in control. He's just been well-rounded, and that's why we see him here on our team of the week. The guy's been playing lights out. Obviously, they fall short today to OpTic, but OpTic right now, again, we've said it, they look like, I mean, I would say the best hardpoint team in the league, but overall one of the best teams in the league, if not the best during this stage.
Correct. But you guys know it, man. That's the breakdown team of the week. Once again, you could always, I say it a lot, I mean, you can slot certain players in. There are so many players performing, but these 4 stood out to us. Of course, honorable mention, someone like Accuracy. I think Accuracy's play has been understated, right? He's been going above and beyond. He's actually leading their team in KD and damage, and especially surrounded by players like Pred and Sib. surprising to see, right? Players like Shotzi.
Yep, Shotzi
Draza,
actually.
Ghosty.
We put Hook in for Shotzi last minute today because Kyler's just been having really under the radar performances, and we thought it was only right to show him some love. Ant was in the team of the week last week. Kyler deserves to be here today, I think, and I'm really impressed with him. So, without further ado, Zin, do you want to introduce who our 1 versus 2 is for the day?
Dude, I'm like a kid on Christmas or a kid on Easter.
Yeah.
Because you said he might be my favorite. We have Cellium for our 1v2 segment.
I know you're excited about this.
I mean,
look at you.
Look at me. I can't contain the smile.
Look at you, dude. And look at him.
There he is.
There he is.
What's up, man?
Yo, Cell, what's up, baby? How you feeling?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm feeling good, man. I'm excited to be on the show. So
God, you look
guys.
good, man.
Can I get a William in the chat, please?
Please.
For the love of God.
Appreciate it, guys. And also, I love the outfits, man. I love
Thank
the
you.
outfits for Easter.
Thank you.
You know we had to put that shit on for Easter Sunday. You obviously had the day off. Did you do anything special today, or were you guys in the lab?
No, I mean, our whole team was just screaming pretty much, just like the usual, So, I mean, just always trying to get better pretty much.
Strictly business, even on Easter.
No days off.
MC, thanks for joining us. It's no secret that you're one of my favorites. I mean, we at the after party of Major 3, we heard Cellium was in the house, and I'm not kidding. We literally went hunting for you just to get a picture with you because,
that was so funny.
Dude, I mean, you're one of my favorites.
He
Let's
looked
get into
miserable
some
in the
questions.
picture, though.
Were you miserable taking a picture with us? Be honest.
And listen, in my head I was smiling, but I guess the picture just turned out.
See, that's all that matters.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Let's kick it off, man. I think so. You've been pretty dominant ever since joining the league, but I think a lot of people want to know about like your come up, right? How you got started in gaming, what it looked like in the beginning for you, because we see you now, but we kind of want to know where you started.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, I've always played like games as a kid. I have 2 older brothers that like had consoles. I used to share with them. So I mean, I used to play games with them like all the time, and I just fell in love with Call of Duty, to be honest. And then I found like a passion for it when I was like 14, and I saw like a COD stream one day. I'm like, this looks kind of fun, So I fell in love with it ever since.
Yeah, it's actually really similar to mine. Brothers gets a console, kind of takes over, and then just becomes who he is today. Because back in IW, you heard the name Cellium. And he was wall running, and people were literally shook. Obviously, you were too young to play in that game, but
weren't you banned from 8s?
He got banned from 8s.
Weren't you banned from 8s?
Which
they didn't
is
want to play against you.
And that was crazy because I think back then, like most pros thought I was cheating, like keyboarding, but I was just like I was a young kid just trying to play, just passionate.
I actually DM'd Cell when he was like, so when I first heard you, if you go to our DMs, you'll look at our first ever DM. I mean, it was when you were 15. I DM'd you. I said, how old are you? Because I heard about you, and I was trying to get you on my roster, and it might be a good thing you steered clear to me. I can't lie. I mean, you've been lights out.
Yeah. Our next question for you is, your core trio has had so much success. Obviously, you, Simp, and Abizi. What do you attribute that to? I mean, what is it like, that dynamic between the 3 of you? Because you guys have been so dominant ever since you guys put together that team, and I just want to know, like, just how does it work? How are you guys so damn consistent?
Well, I would have to say I feel like our talent's like really like it's like top level talent. Like I'm playing with the 2 best subs in the world, pretty much, in my opinion. So, it's really easy for me to like do what I do. Like I just fill in whatever they like they're not doing as a flex, and I try to make their jobs easier, and they make my jobs easier as well. So I mean, it's just I feel like the talent.
Yeah, and that's a really great answer because he gives credits to the subs. Subs open up that map, and Cellium just mows people down. No disrespect to Slasher either. Austin's obviously.
Oh, and of course, Austin's a beast. Of course.
But the
we'll
core trio.
We'll talk about the fat in the hat soon. Don't you worry.
The core trio has been incredible. So.
We'll get to them. I'm gonna hit you with it, man. The streets are saying that snaking started with you. Talk to us. Do you believe that to be true? I mean, your form is unparalleled. I mean, you might have the best form when it comes to snaking.
Nice.
I mean, you're definitely up there. Talk to us about that whole sort of agenda that snaking started with you, and walk us through it.
Well, in my opinion, I don't think it did. I mean, I in my head, I don't think you can GA snaking. I think you can GA the excessive snaking, but if like five round, like I get to round 11 and someone like pop up snakes to you and like can't really do anything about it. Like it's 5-5, it's like over pretty much. Like if someone snakes 5-5, it's over. You can't really GA it. It's a thing in the game. So I think it's up to the devs to fix that. But
correct.
I mean,
the devs.
that's my take on it pretty much.
Don't hate the player.
Hate the game.
Hate the game.
Correct.
Maybe give us a nice little. Well, I actually can't say this because I said I actually like snaking.
You like snaking?
Yeah, remember on stream the other day I said that I kind of like it?
Me and him had an argument. He was arguing that snaking makes the game better. I disagreed with him. I agree with you. I think you can GA the excessive snaking because it's gotten to the point where it's just so blatant and it's like abused now. A pop-up snake, you're reloading or you're weak and you pop up once. I feel like that's night and day different compared to like excessive snaking. Yeah. So we have differing opinions there. But take the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with another one. How different is the dynamic having Slasher on the team compared to Arcides? Because obviously both of them have both had that rap on the team of being like your team's IGL. But sometimes I kind of think that it's really the team aspect. Everyone should be giving input in certain situations, and that's what makes teams great. So if you could elaborate a little bit on just how different it is having him instead of Alec.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Alec's a really good player, and like he for sure brought a lot to it, to the table, like back in like Cold War and even Vanguard. Even though we're losing, but he was a really good player. But I feel like we need something different going into this year, and I feel like Austin really like brought a different vibe. Like he's a very different player to when it comes to like just IGL. He's a lot more serious and stuff. So I feel like our team really needed that, and he's been helping us a lot. So I mean, Austin's a beast. Like anyone that hates on him, it's just like obviously it's, like stats aren't everything, but he's actually a really good player in my opinion.
Well, just last stage, Austin had a pretty unbelievable stage. At least in the online qualifiers, he was popping off statistically. So I don't really know where that hate comes from. Obviously, players go through slumps and stuff. But go ahead.
Well, that's like the one downfall playing with the trio that we just talked about. You, Abizi, and Simp. It's like no matter who you are or what you do, it's not going to be any of you three. So like that fourth player, I feel like is always going to be the scapegoat, and they don't see what we know and what you see every day, like the leadership he brings, just that veteran, like your search and destroy gameplay with Austin has transformed. Like I would say last year that was your biggest downfall, was like you guys couldn't close searches, which was shocking. And now with Austin, you guys are lights out. You guys set the CDL record for search consecutive wins. You win Major too. So I mean, I agree. I think anybody hating on Austin is looking at the game with the wrong lens.
Yeah, for sure.
And they don't see actually what goes into this on a day-to-day.
We got 2 more questions for you, MC, because we know you got a busy schedule. Zin, go ahead.
Talk us through your game day routine. I think a lot of people at home want to know what Cellium's doing, one of the best players in the world, every single match day. Walk me through the minute you wake up to the minute you sit down on that stage.
Well, listen, I always try to play how I practice. So anything that I do match day, I do in practice day. So I usually wake up, take a shower, I do everything I need to do, and then I order food or get food, whatever I do, and then eat, warm up, and just play my match. I mean, I do the same thing pretty much every day for practice. I don't really like to switch things up for like match days because it's like, what's the point? I like to play how I practice, so that's how I play.
You got that McDonald's Coke?
Sometimes it's just like for matches pretty much, or events, to be honest. It's usually for events, but like online, I just chill and just drink water.
I thought that was the staple, but okay.
Yeah, that's a thing for like events for me, to be honest. Online, I just drink water, just chill.
Hell yeah.
Because it's just
sure.
I'm just chilling.
Sure.
Zin.
I'm taking the next one too?
Go ahead. Finish us off. Last question for MC.
Well, we actually have 2 more, but they'll be quick. You're on death row. Like, I'm a big food guy. I want to know what your final meal is. The drink, the meal. It's your last meal ever. What are you eating? What are you drinking? It's a tough one.
Last meal ever.
Your last meal ever. What are you eating? What are you drinking? Your favorite meal?
My favorite meal ever is probably, I'm trying to think, like, there's one that comes to mind. It's probably Popeye's chicken tenders with barbecue sauce and a Coke. That's my favorite meal ever, so I'll pick that.
Sure.
Oh, last closing note that we got for you, MC. Who's doing that lineup, brother? Because, damn, it's looking crispy out there, kid.
Nah, that's my barber, Paul Key, and I have 2 barbers, so like if one's busy, I go to the other one. But I got Paul Key and Stunny. Those are my barbers, so obviously shout out to them. I appreciate them a lot.
Hell yeah. Well, MC, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come onto the show. Keep killing it. Obviously, we're big fans of your gameplay over here.
I'm starstruck.
You're starstruck?
I'm starstruck talking to you, dude. We're playing rank soon.
I'm down, man. I'm down. Let me know. I'm down. I'm on tonight.
Oh, tonight might be tough. Maybe we'll talk. MC, thank you. Continue what you're doing. You're lights out, kid. The team's been playing well. Even when you guys aren't even playing well, you guys are still playing better than almost every single team in the league. So keep killing it. Glad to talk to you. I love you. We'll be taking a picture at Major 4.
All right, sounds good, man. It was fun, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Peace,
later,
brother.
MC.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, peace out.
God, I'm nervous when he's on the camera, dude.
He gets you all flustered?
My God.
All right.
I'm hot and bothered.
What a 1v2. MC, what a guy. I mean, absolute beast of a player.
Wow.
Really great kid. And I'm anxious to see how the rest of his career pans out. Obviously, a fan favorite.
Yep.
People love him. People hate him because of the snaking, but
You can't hate the kid.
one of the best kids in the league.
You can't hate him.
Yeah. Next up, folks, we've got the segment where we break down some Call of Duty gameplay for you guys. We're going to be breaking down the Mercado Hardpoint Thieves versus OpTic. It's still fresh in our minds. The deep dive. We're only doing one map today because I know it can get a little long if we do 2 maps and break down, a whole lot. So we're going to reformat it. We're going to talk after this and figure out a better way to do it. Maybe do like 7 clips to 10 clips that we think are very, very impactful and break down why they're so impactful throughout a game. But this week, we're going to do the same thing. We didn't really have time to prepare. So without further ado, folks, the deep dive.
Yeah, once again, we've heard your feedback loud and clear. I think some people were saying it's a little too long, so we're going to try one map today.
But some people enjoy it too, so it's like you can't please everybody.
We want as much feedback as possible.
Yeah,
do you want one map, one full map? Do you want multiple full maps? Do you want, like he said, 7 to 10 game-changing clips, right? A match from here, a match from here,
clutch.
A search, a control, like... We could definitely start breaking down some mini moments that kind of impacted games, and I think between us that probably makes the most sense. That way you guys get to see a bunch of different teams, different game modes, different moments. So for us that makes sense, but please leave us your feedback. We're reading it. I promise you this show is made for you guys, and we'll continue to make changes as we see fit. But without further ado, Mercado Hardpoint, we just saw it on the watch party, but we're going to take a deeper look at it. We have the Mercado Hardpoint Thieves versus OpTic, the final map in the OpTic Thieves series.
And I want to say, these are 2 of the best Mercado Hardpoint teams in the game right now. It's kind of why I wanted to break it down. OpTic now 10-3. They were 9-3 coming into this match against Thieves. Thieves were 8-4, now 8-5 on this map. Both of these teams are just lights out on this map, and it really shows. We were watching this. I'm going to start it. But the amount of pressure that both teams are putting on you the whole game just makes it very, very difficult to deal with. And it's so crazy watching these 2 teams play it compared to everybody else.
Yeah, also, I mean, it's important to note that this was OpTic's map pick based on that spawn they just got. Thieves are spawning on the good side, so it's no shock to see a break. This is one of those maps where you kind of beat them to the hill. You beat them sort of to the power spots, I guess, so to say. But OpTic, I think, do a great job of making this scrappy and flipping to green early on.
Yeah, and Riley, let us know how the levels are of this. We can't really tell, so if the gameplay is loud, please let us know. But yeah, right here, Thieves holding on to that green spawn. It's pretty much what you want to do on this hill. Hold on to green for dear life. Just don't get flipped out, even if you sacrifice a couple seconds here like Thieves are doing. You see them just backing up, letting the game come to them, and they actually end up flipping out 2 of them right there, which is not ideal.
Yes, I wanted to note real quick. Sorry, I meant to pause it. If you can go back, just go back like one click. So press
You want to
play.
see where they spawn?
Well, no. So OpTic get 2 kills, yeah, but unless you make these kills kind of immediately, you're getting pinched off spawn. Like, it's actually kind of a decent situation for Thieves, even though 2 of their teammates die, because OpTic are now literally forced to sprint forward and kill people pre-aiming while getting pinched in the back. So you may think, oh, OpTic make kills. They're in the best spot possible to break green. It's not as easy as you would think because of how quick those players off spawn get back in the play. Right through mid, they can hit tunnel.
Yeah, and you see it right there. They instantly get pinched, and I was pointing this out during the watch party. Ant is in such a good position here to be annoying, but Sam, we gave him credit on the team of the week. We gave him credit during the watch party. He comes in, gets a big knife, and if Ant gets like 2 kills there, he can basically disrupt that whole green setup. And we see subs do it a lot. They'll just get into a corner there and be annoying. But Thieves end up making the kills. And right here, we should be spawning back alley or P7, which we do. And that's the good spawn here, right? The spawn you want to flood.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you can immediately spawn up and just throw tacks over the building and hit their spawn point. Notice how they're all flooding hedge. Assuming OpTic was spawning that close back alley, they're kind of spawning a little further out P7. So ideally, you get like that actual back alley spawn, and you just literally have a stunning grenade over that mini roof immediately, and then you're sort of staggering their push and making it difficult for Thieves to get into play. But
and right here, at this point in the match, we had people in the watch party saying GG already. But Mercado is one of those maps where it is so rotation heavy. One rotation isn't going to make or break the game. There's obviously key moments like P6 to P7 to P1, but whenever we're going from P2 to P3, back to P4, It's so easy to fool 60 teams because really if you stagger their first push, they're in such a bad position. Like we see this in Search and Destroy. Breaking into this tin hill is so damn hard. Brandon's snaking. They got nowhere to go. Someone's in the top windows watching mid cuts and back alley. Like there's nothing you can do here besides try to get a rip gunfight.
Yeah, so OpTic start this off really hot. I think ultimately Thieves actually end up breaking and get some of that scrap time, which is huge.
And that's just a good win from Dylan right there. It's a hard win. He wins a hard gunfight, breaks in, and they end up cleaning up these trades. And again, on the other side of things, once you get on that heady inside of the bottom and have someone up top, it's so damn hard to break. And Thieves look poised at the start of this map.
Yeah, so I want to note that while I do think like P3 and P4 are important, I think the most important hills of the game are P6 and P7, that top green to P7 rotation, which we'll see later on. So I think the goal for both teams right now is to keep the game as close as possible. And then usually, I would say more often than not, the teams who win that top green to RV rotation will end up winning the map. So like looking at the score right now without any context, you think, okay, Thieves are dominating. But like you said, it's so rotation heavy that all it takes is one good hold here.
Yeah, OpTic's in a good spot here. They're only down 30 points. The old hill just popped, and I wanted to highlight Dan wins a huge gunfight here. Yeah, Envoy probably gets traded, but Dan getting that kill allows 7 to push out green. It allows 8 to hold mid, and then 6 obviously spawns bricks, and he has that pinch. So that kill by Dan, it just makes the setup so much cleaner off the break. It's something to note. People don't really realize how important one little kill can be because it just allows them to take map control here.
Yeah, I mean, presence is so important, right? Because you see OpTic spawning on the pinch. So the goal for the rest of OpTic are to play their lives for as long as possible to allow those players that are on the pinch or spawning out
and that's a
to
huge
get back
two.
into play immediately. So Shotzi makes a big 2 there. They got like that trash truck spawn, like right outside forklift, and they just double pinch right through gate. So far, this is perfect play from OpTic to mitigate that gap from 60 down to, like, what, 10 points?
Yeah, and right here you see I'm going to skip forward because we're just looking at scrap time. I'm actually going to skip back here. This is Thieves trying to rotate. You see number 3. I think he challenge old?
I think this is where Brandon just peels the wig of Draza, right?
Oh, yeah, this was an insane. That is a hard gunfight, and that is just a hard read out of Brandon. That kill opens things up. I don't remember if they end up breaking this, but you see where Draza spawns. He still spawns bricks. Like this map, even if you die first off rotation, like you said, you get some of those pinch spawns, and it allows you to just reflood and get reinforcements back to the hill really quick. And Kenny just makes a godlike play right here. He just slips the net, and it's a little bit of no red dot cheese.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a dirty 3 there, but it's kind of hard. I mean, he's just jumping out of windows, jumping over walls. Here he's on the small roof.
That was gross.
Like there's nothing you can really read there, so it's more so just tipping your hat to Kenny there on a big sequence from him. So I mentioned that P6, P7. So we're gonna see that rotation for green
7
coming
versus
in
1's
soon.
actually kind of big right here, because that solidifies that back alley control early.
Yep.
You see that right
and
there?
the kill is all green. The kill feed's all green as well.
Yep, and I believe Ant ends up winning this as well, but right now you see number 1 from Thieves, which is Octane. He's in top green. I didn't actually see if he spawned there or not, but he's playing that cred. So right here, his only job is to hold progression.
And this is where Ghosty goes huge, right?
Ghosty gets another big set of kills here, I believe. Actually, he just died. He goes big somewhere. It's Dashy that goes big. Dashy gets a big 2-piece right there, staggers their push, and right here, Shotzi holds the cred. And Kenny, this is just a tough spot. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Right here, look, OpTic's getting that back alley spawn. What are they doing? They're spamming tax over,
getting them weak.
A trophy will only block so much.
Stunning them.
OpTic, they're dying here, but you're literally spawning a spot where those tax are flying immediately. Dashy's up top, right where he wants to be, finding kills, and it's just not easy for Thieves. Like, they can't just waltz right through like they'd like to.
Yeah, and right here, Ant just getting mixy. The P7 spawn is held right now. 7 versus 2 is actually massive on the other side of the map.
Right there.
Kyler wins such a big gunfight on Draza right there. That gunfight pretty much solidifies the P7 rotation, and he pushes out Garage, forces them in that deep spawn. 8 picks up middle. I think he ends up killing 3. I don't really know, but he gets traded. And it's just a flawless P6 to P7 rotation from OpTic. They hold it the whole time. Kenny obviously gets that trade, but he gets retraded by Shotzi with another big kill right here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a perfect setup. Like, Thieves is spawning in Narnia. They're forced to either flood through mid. They're forced to retake green. But, I mean, look at number 5. I mean, it's not going to be easy to go kill Dan and green. So they know they have to go through mid, go around towards T or Garage. A lot of people call it, like that RV building.
Another big 2-piece from Shotzi, by the way.
But, yeah, Thieves sort of bail themselves out just a little bit by winning some fights, but OpTic are just in prime position. Like, Thieves are spawning out. Now you'll finally see OpTic spawn on the pinch. So Ghosty plays his life here. He's going to snake, try to make kills, while who is that? Number 8 is on the pinch. Brandon?
Yeah, right here I was a little bit nervous. They actually end up getting a green spawn behind him, and they get that pinch in. I think it ends up working out. I think OpTic turns around, or they get these kills, and then they just contest in the hill. Yeah, Ant just lays behind the RV. Number 3 is kind of useless. I was worried that he was going to get that timing and shoot him in the back, but he gets cleaned up on the pinch by Ghosty. And this was honestly just a mixy hill right here. This hill's usually not as mixy, I feel like, but Thieves do a good job to not like get full 60'd here, basically. Yep. They did a good job contesting this hill, making it a little bit scrappy. But then again on the minimap, you see OpTic holding that early green control, already thinking about the next P1.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. Obviously, the goal here is to hold green, right? You can hold P1 from there. You can pinch that like Barber Chuck side and sort of crossfire. You can look towards gate. You can look towards mid. And ultimately, you're trying to hold that P2 spawn because that's where it rotates next. So Kyler, once again, made great plays all series, loses a fight there. But look at 5. Brandon's
they go 3 down.
Here, top green.
They go 3 down. Number 8 is still top green here. And he just anchors that spawn. It's a good heads-up play by Brandon. You're always going to see one person basically camping in green. If you can, you're always going to see one person there. Obviously, you see a little bang out near the hill. Brandon's watching their hedge. They all know they're coming tin side, and it's just trading kills at this point, holding green. And this was actually gross for man. I want to point this out. That little jump spot that he hits, it's a pretty common spot, but to hit it like that in the match, obviously a little bit gross. He's got that movement on him.
Yeah, let me talk more about Brandon being up there, right? Even if all of his teammates die and his teammates spawn out tin, it's so hard to make a wave of kills, spawn OpTic behind you tin, and then go kill Brandon because he's good for at least 1 or 2 up there. I mean, he's holding off angles. He's holding those top windows. So no matter what, Thieves are in a tough spot there, and now they're about to flood towards Ghosty. We actually see Ghosty get picked here. I mean, this is just a pre-fire that a lot of people are starting to play now. So it's a good heads-up angle, but unfortunately doesn't make one.
Right here, Thieves, they just make kills. I mean, they have a good break. It all starts with Ghosty getting caught in that off angle up top. And that happens sometimes. Thieves, I wanted to highlight it, but it's kind of already passed. But Kyler had the right idea, trying to cut off that zig lane because that is the preferred spawn when teams are trying to break this hill. And he obviously gets killed, but he has the right idea. And Thieves just have a good break, honestly. I think they were number 2 in breaking on this hill or something like that.
Yeah, it's funny. When Thieves got that 4 dead again, chat was saying GG, yep. LOL, choke, blah, 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 game 5. Once again,
we're going to skip forward.
The map is so rotational that all it takes is one good hold for the score to completely flip on its head. Here, OpTic get rotation to Tin Hill. This is obviously huge, but they also can't win it here, right? So the goal here, hold this, then get a nice flawless rotation to Barber Hill, and this is as clear as it gets, right? You make those kills. You have a player snaking ahead of you. You got trophies everywhere. You got your AR up top. Yeah, this is exactly the position you're looking to be in. And look at number 6. Beautiful off angles. He's not playing over aggressive. That shots. He's playing discipline. He has all of mid, and then he can immediately get back into play through that mid cut.
Yeah, the team's discipline has honestly hit another level. A lot of people were kind of on their ass about it. A month and a half ago, they would overchow, but now it seems like these guys have really figured out like their pacing. It feels like they're playing at their pace. Thieves obviously get some good kills on rotation. OpTic has the right idea again. They just simply get outnumbered because they have one person on old. But I want to give credit to OpTic's pacing. They're not overchowing when they don't need to. They're playing their life. They're being hard kills, and that's what you want when you have Shotzzy and Kyler as your sub duo.
Yeah,
because Ant is just slippery. He's one of the most slippery in the game. He's a hard-ass kill, and to see him actually taking advantage of that it's really good to see, and that's why they're the best hardpoint team in the game right now. I think it's that sub duo just being annoying and setting pace.
Yeah, and I mean, we see the end there. Thieves actually have rotation to Barber, but OpTic kind of waltz right through. They just make kills, right? It's sort of just, I think Thieves was so spread thin, right? One player dies near time. That guy top balcony turns his back to go assist towards time. Shotzzy finds that kill. The pinch is in. Thieves spawn out. GG. That's the best hardpoint team in the game currently, proving why they're the best hardpoint team in the game right now.
Correct. Shouts out to OpTic. Big win today over Thieves. The boys really needed that one. Zin, would you like to announce our next segment?
I do, and this one might be a little controversial. We didn't have it in the last episode.
It is a little controversial.
It is, but we'll explain why. Welcome back, Thin Ice. Why don't you tell everybody watching at home what Thin Ice is and sort of the reason behind it before we jump right into it?
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't joined us on our other 3 episodes, Thin Ice is essentially a team that is underperforming or was performing really well, and now they're underperforming. We had Minnesota Rocker on. We've had New York on Thin Ice. Like London wouldn't even really fit the criteria because
they've fallen through the ice and they're really just they're drowning. They've
just been struggling lately. But this team, I think it makes complete sense. Some people might disagree with us here, but it's Toronto Ultra.
Yep.
They were your Major 3 champions. They win our home series. They're looking insane, and obviously started stage 0-3. Today they do get a win over Florida.
Yeah.
But they were looking insane, and they've been kind of, they've been struggling a little bit lately. But I do want to point out that the teams that they've been playing have been very tough competition. It's not like they're losing to teams they should not be losing to. They're losing to teams that are very, very solid. And you can break down some of those teams for right now.
I mean, they lose to Boston 2-3, they lose to Seattle 2-3, and they lose to Atlanta 1-3. So, like you said, these are all teams that can compete for titles and championships. That being said, with the form that they displayed at the Major, they obviously win the Major, and they look so dominant in modes like Control. They looked great in Search. We don't see that same clutch ability, and when we saw it in Scrap's post-game interview today, he's like, I just don't think we're clutching up right now, and I'd agree with him. And the reason they're on thin ice... Exactly. The reason they're on thin ice is not because we're not sounding the alarms yet.
No.
But
absolutely not.
They're walking on that thin ice where a loss versus, I believe, Vegas next would start them in the losers bracket. Vegas has a lot to prove. They're obviously in that race versus Rocker. So Ultra need to shape up and sort of find that prior form, that prior clutch ability that they brought to the Major.
Yeah. I think this team is honestly fine. They do lose a couple close matches. They are on thin ice just because of the form that they presented us with at Major 3, and people were kind of saying that might be a honeymoon period. What do you think about that? Because the honeymoon period's a big thing in Call of Duty.
Yes and no. I think Ultra, no matter what, will be competitive. I think Scrap's still one of the best players in the game, even though they've been losing some of these close series. I think we're getting to the point of the year where every team is kind of playing the game in a similar way because we've been playing it for so long now. All the top teams have kind of figured out the optimal way to play. So now it just comes down to who shows up on that day, and it's kind of like a talent off, who's clutching up. So I think Ultra will always be competitive, but I don't think we'll see them be as dominant as we saw them at Major 3, just based on every team now shaping up and hitting form late in the year.
Yeah, I just want to point out a couple of individual stats here. We're not going to roast players. This team is obviously very, very talented from top to bottom, but the only player that's positive on their team at the moment is Scrap, and he's sitting at a 1.05. The rest of the team is negative, and after the performance that we saw from the sub-duo, Kleenex and Hixie, we just want to see them do a little bit more. Kleenex obviously had a breakout last stage. He looked like a top 3 sub in the game. Now, I just think they need to go back to the drawing board and refine what made them that powerhouse team.
Yeah, I agree. Dr. Doug. Sure, let's open these up. We got some more advanced statistics. Thank you to Dr. Doug Lieb for his help. He's always hooking us up with some important information. So, they're 1-5 in S&D through 3 games.
Which is surprising because they look good in Search throughout all of Stage 3.
Yeah.
So 1-5. They went 32-37 all of Major 2, which doesn't really apply. But all of their S&Ds have been close. All of their S&D losses have been 6-5 or 6-4. So they're not getting blown out in it. And that's the thing with Call of Duty. We talk about it a lot. There's so many minuscule moments that can happen in a series that can really just turn the tide of it. And it seems like it's happened in these guys. They're losing 6-5s. They're losing 6-4s. Sometimes it just doesn't fall your way, and that might be a case of what we're seeing in Toronto right now.
I agree. And we don't got to spend too much time on it. I mean, we say these guys are on thin ice, but it's not like super worrying yet. But like once again, they are sort of walking that line where this Vegas matchup's going to be big for them.
Yeah. I think we can move on from that. Toronto on thin ice. I don't think it's any time to worry for this team. We've seen that form. We've seen them win a major.
But let's start shaping it up. Like, let's get back to that form.
We got to point it out. They're 1-3 in the stage. They still have an opportunity to make winners. Maybe. They probably have to 3-0 Vegas, and Vegas is basically fighting for their champ's life at this point. So we just need to see a little more out of Toronto. And we all know that they got that in them. And let's move on. Let's go into that next segment. I think it's our favorite. Our most fun segment of the show. We obviously are a little serious through the first 4 segments. It's Rapid Fire, folks. I know that you guys love it. I'm 1-0 right now in Rapid Fire. Zinni actually dropped a big old goose egg, a big old donut, in the first Rapid Fire of the split.
It was a bad one, but you forgot the date of your engagement. So no matter what, even though I lost,
It wasn't ideal.
I know that you got put into the doghouse, so it's like...
She actually didn't care.
Really?
No, she didn't care.
Impressive. Good work. You're lucky. She must have been in a good mood.
Yeah.
She must have been in a good mood.
I thought I was going to go home and get spanked. I mean, bare bottom, over knee, red bottom, get spanked.
That's insane.
Yeah. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you guys
Actually,
know...
I get the pick. You lost last time.
Yeah, well, last time...
I want to go first.
You want to ask me first? Or you want me to ask you first? Because last time I asked you first, then you asked me second. So do you want me to ask you first again, or do you want to ask me first now?
I want you to ask me first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get after it.
All right, since you're the winner, I'll allow it.
Hold
on. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go, and then when that timer on the screen starts...
This thing's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. All right, here we go. Come on.
Oh my Lord, you're not getting these, man.
Start that clock whenever he starts reading. Come on.
All right. I'm ready whenever. As soon as I see that clock, I'll ask.
3, 2, 1.
What are your pets' food flavors?
What? That is not fair.
What are your pets' food flavors?
Rachel Ray for the cats.
That's not a flavor.
Tuna, salmon? What the fuck kind of question is that? Move on.
Okay. How many times did Methods move teams in his career? Oh my God.
What?
Come on.
12.
32. Of those teams, what were my last 3 pro teams?
Boston, Toronto.
Yeah, you're not getting this.
And Rise?
Nope. UYU. Where was your brother born?
Vegas.
Correct. What is the average cost of a gallon of milk in Texas? To the closest 10 cents.
What?
You're not getting it.
Dude, I don't do the gross $12.
No. What?
Dude, I don't fucking
it's
grocery shop.
$3.50. Who was OpTic's mascot?
Wallace.
Correct. Who was on OpTic's first COD team?
Vengeance?
No.
Timer?
What's my middle name?
Rodrigo. I don't fucking know your middle name.
It's Michael, dude. Rodrigo.
Michael Scott? I mean, those are, dude, one of those questions. What are my cat's food flavors?
Wait, but
there's like 6 of them. It's a variety pack.
Wait.
This is bullshit.
The answer to that was turkey and salmon and Taste of the Wild.
There's literally, it's a variety pack.
Listen.
I eat that shit.
Sorry. Okay, listen.
It's kind of
Wait,
good.
I'm kind of nervous because you got 2 right. And two in this is actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, these might be a little bit hard.
Fuck, okay, go.
Dude, okay, what, they're giving you arithmetic?
Shh. Arithmetic?
Just, okay.
Oh, no, they're fucking with me, dude. They're trying to embarrass me on the global scale again.
Okay. Here we go. Let me know when the timer starts.
Well,
2, 1, go.
What is Isabel's last name?
Oh, skip.
Where is Breenberg Hotel in real life?
Amsterdam? New Amsterdam?
Yep. Who made the OpTic Texas logo?
Aaron Create?
No. What country is Jerusalem in?
Are they fucking with me?
Dude, what do you mean?
Israel?
Dude, what are these questions? What was the score in OpTic's first hardpoint today?
250 to 151.
How many seasons did Scump play on the pro circuit?
11.
13. Who was the second president of the U.S.?
Skip.
John Adams. What year did Scump leave OpTic for Envy?
Oh, Christ.
It's insane.
2014.
Yeah, I don't know how you got that.
Winner!
What's my birthday? I don't give a fuck if you don't know.
I don't know it.
June 30th. What's 13 times 5? Dude, what are these questions?
I'm not even going to answer. I already won. 13, 26, 39.
Chat, I have been very obviously set up with those questions.
Victory!
Very obvious. He is getting standard arithmetic for 5-year-olds.
But I got him right before I even... Let's go, Roger. That's good work.
What country is Jerusalem in?
Me slapping your ass.
Dude, that was... Okay.
You're fucking salty, and I'm slapping your ass.
Yeah, I am salty because chat also is probably salty because what the fuck was that?
Slapped.
Oh my God.
Don't make excuses. It's 1-1.
That's not even making excuses. That is just straight up Raj wanting you to level the score.
Yeah.
Because that is absurd.
Yeah, you're fucking
Let's move on. I'm not going to sit here and be salty on camera
you're salty.
on this Easter Sunday.
You're salty.
Holy shit.
You'll pay for dinner. All right.
I won't. I won't pay for dinner.
You will.
I won't. All right. Our next segment, ladies and gentlemen, It's one that we've been doing. We started it last week. We've been placing our picks on Prize Picks.
Oh, who won this week again? Oh, tell them, Scumpy.
Yeah.
Methods won.
Yeah, Zinni ends up winning again this week. Yeah, way to spoil it, by the way.
That's not a spoiler.
So essentially, the competition is between myself and Zin. We place these prize picks every week, and essentially, whoever has the higher balance at the end will be donating to a charity of their choice. And what is your charity?
The Anxiety and Depression Association of America.
I believe it's $10,000 to a charity of our choice, and then I'm giving mine to Gamers Outreach, one that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the prize picks for the week thus far. I believe Zinni already spoiled it. Good job.
I mean, yeah, I win again, and that means you can use code METHODS, METHODZ, when signing up for prize picks to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. So,
so today I entered one. I had Arcides for less against Donnie Temp for more. My man Donald let me down today. I'm not going to lie. But yesterday I put one in. Kyler on the more, Priesta on the less. I'm sorry, Preston, if you are watching the show. I hit there April 8th. That was yesterday as well, right? April 8th? Yeah. We had TJ for more, Asim for more. Both of them
bottled it.
Didn't get it. And then Friday, we had accuracy more than 20.5.
You might be terrible.
Than 23.5. Capsule went for 27. And then this one was just absurd. I had Kremp for more on his debut, and then I had less for Asim, and he almost drops the kill record.
Asim actually
nuts.
I've been posting my picks on Twitter. Asim texted me after the match and was like, I can't believe you took less. And I said, to be fair, your team was one of the worst I've seen. I thought you'd be spawn trapped all game. I wasn't questioning your ability. I just thought you wouldn't be able to move from spawn. So, and he was like, fair point.
Yeah, it is a fair point. Zinni, so you've won 3. Walk us through your picks for this weekend.
Well, scroll down to the win. So, listen,
Scroll down just to the win?
Well, no, I mean, of course, I'll take the losses on the chin.
Where is your win? What is this? What is this monstrosity?
Well, see, here's where I have you beat. The game is whoever has more in their account
how many
week
did you
to
put
week.
in?
But you're not understanding.
You put one in on Thursday? You're sick.
Thursday night, I was Wait, did I put one in on Thursday?
Thursday at 10:37 p.m.
Nice. I mean, I was vibing on that couch, that means.
All right, walk us through a couple of these. You obviously win this week.
So
you didn't win at all this week.
Well, yeah, that's where I get you. You're simply a big baller. I'm playing the game smart.
You're only doing like 20s? 25s?
Yeah, 20, 25s.
I'm only doing 50s.
Yeah, only. But that's the difference. So I thought some of these were locks. Ghosty, I had more today, 48.5. He doesn't get more. Envoy, Envoy's been having a lights out stage so far. OpTic kind of shuts him down.
Yeah, they did. I didn't even realize.
Moving forward, Vickle played a little better than I was anticipating, and what I like to do, so here's what I see who they have low, right? So I see Insight over 3 maps, 46.5. I'm like, that's a little low. He's good.
What's
he's bound
the math on that? That's like, what, 14 average, about?
Yeah,
15
so
average?
I'm assuming Jamie's going to have at least one pop-off map, and he's a really strong search player. So that's why I chose Jamie there. Vickle overperforms. TJ and Joe are 1 off apiece. I mean, literally, if they each get 1 more kill, I win that one. So I'm improving, and I think the more I put my picks in, the better they'll become. So trust the process. I've been posting them on Twitter.
TTP.
I hope maybe you guys weren't following along with me up until now, but going forward, we're going to win.
Yeah, we talk about it on the watch party a lot. Riley, if you could stop showing my screen, but we talk about it on the watch party a lot. We're sitting there and we're saying, I needed Donnie to give me 3 more, and that's what we're talking about, prize picks. And yeah, when you deposit anything up to $100 with our promo code, we match $100. You make your picks and choose more or less. It's very simple. You can win up to 25 times what you put in. Make picks on a variety of sports, / esports, NFL, NBA, COD, CSGO. Super easy to make, very quick to make picks, fast withdrawals, and download prize picks and use code.
You can tell them. What code
Methods.
should they use? How do you spell methods?
METHODZ.
Correct, in all caps.
You're weird.
Yeah, so when they use code methods.
You don't need to humiliate me.
I'm not humiliating you.
I've already lost rapid fire. And I've lost prize picks. I'm literally losing everything on the show.
2-0 for Tony, and you're paying for dinner. That's 3-0.
No, I'm not. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have another near and dear one to our hearts.
Yeah, I'll announce him next week.
Huh?
I'm fucking with you. Go.
Okay, we have another segment that's near and dear to our hearts. We have the top 10 plays of the week. We got some bangers this week.
Once again, it's important to note we've seen so many good plays, and actually picking 10 plays over 3 to 4 days of matches is very difficult.
Yep.
These plays stood out to us. Players going above and beyond in impactful situations. And I'm talking search and destroy aces. I'm talking search and destroy clutches. I'm talking pieces and hard point. Basically, these plays help propel these teams to victory on certain maps, or they were just sick nasty. You know what I mean? So, without further ado,
I'm not talking nasty on London, my evil twin.
that kid's
Nasty.
good despite their shortcomings. Let's get into it. The top 10 plays of the week.
Let's roll it. Number 10, we've got what? Speaking of nasty.
Nasty? No, it's not nasty.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to full screen this.
Yes, you do.
Oh, my God, I'm choking.
You're choking.
Oh, my God, I'm choking. And that was not nasty.
Let's restart it.
Let's restart that because that was Big Wake. Big Wake just goes absolutely crazy.
I mean, Big Wake hits that parkour. They have no idea he's there, and he's a big boy, so you'd think they hear him. Nope, big three-piece from Big Joe. Number 9, Mackenzie Meltz.
On a 6 spree right now. Mac's been playing pretty solid lately. He's
Yep.
in this P5 hill on Embassy, and they're playing Florida, and he absolutely turns around and smokes Cap. But Cap also has been playing lights out. That's a 9 streak for Mac. Just a great sequence out of him.
Number 8, this is a BZ in Control versus Ultra 1-1. Obviously, battle of 2 top teams who have been great as of recent. Toronto, I mean, you already know. They're on thin ice, but still, not an easy team to beat. A BZ, he's doing his thing in their spawn. One of those players who, if he's in your spawn, you're pretty worried. You're like, where the hell is Tyler? And he's doing it with the AR. He's doing it with the sub. Scrap walks right into his trap. Just a nice little sequence there from Abe.
That actually rhymed. Number
Sure.
7, we've got Boston versus London again.
That's a big ace from Big Wake.
Is this a big ace from Big Wake right
Yep,
here?
it is.
This is the one where London just absolutely breaks down. We were watching this on the watch party, and we were mind blown because look at London's setup. They're all bottom pool right now. They're all in different corners. Right here, Wake gets the first kill. I expected him to be flown at instantly. He gets weak, but they just kind of sit there, and they don't really do anything. Wake is obviously looking around for people. He peeks this corner, which is good awareness out of him, and he's probably like, wait, what? Why did I not get traded there? And then this was even more weird. Scraps lays down behind the bar, and Wake just comes up behind him. And
Yeah.
that's just about as free as it gets.
Yeah, that play from London was very interesting.
Yeah, it was a very interesting play, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, not one that I would recommend if you're playing ranked with your boys. I would pick better corners or,
Or
go
trade
for
'em.
some trades. Nonetheless, speaking of Boston versus London, again, another ace. This time it's Nero. So 2
They were
aces
putting
in
on a
one match
clinic.
is pretty impressive. And the manner in which Nero gets this done is just beautiful. I mean, he gets a big kill there. He leaks all over Asim.
My gosh.
Now, I mean, he's running into gills. I mean, he's not scared. He gets into that action.
Yeah. Nero, very, very hyper-aggressive player. You see it here. It ends up paying off for him. He's got Deddy Pop this whole time, getting that refresh with every single kill. Ends up getting this ace on Nasty right here. Great play out of Nero. Almost chokes it, but
Yep.
ends up getting it done in the end. Great play by Nero.
Now we got the top 5, and here he is standy. He kind of breaks this hill by himself. I mean, he's a one-man army. He walks right in.
That's the Slim Reaper.
Yeah, granted, they didn't give him too much.
They didn't even shoot back at him.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
And a lot of these are against London.
Christ.
The last 3 have been against London. Number 4,
Look at him.
we've got MC. Zinni was glazing him earlier in the 1v2. It's all right, man. It's all right to do it. The guy is a very hard kill on the map. You see it here. Shutting doors. Whoever this is, who is this? It's Kleenex. Kleenex is a very good player, and he just doesn't know what to do because Cell's playing his life very well, making moves around the map, being an annoying kill, top money. And then, obviously, what he's known for here goes to that top patio area.
Well, here's what's insane coming up.
starts-
It's like, you think this round's over after this next wave of kills. It's not.
It's
MacArthur
not over?
needs to activate again. Right now, you're like, oh, Toronto's in the trap. GG, it's over. And you're like, okay, that's a pretty mediocre clip. That's normal Cellium activity. But Ultra, they spawn up, they get a couple kills, and now Cellium has to activate once more. He did it once, he'll do it again.
Oh, my God.
Single-handedly
Almost-
defends A and then B.
Yeah. That actually, when I was watching that, I was wondering why it was number 4 on the list, but now I'm seeing why. That was a great play by Cell right there. And this is your boy, and my boy, but You love this guy.
I mean, he's one of my best friends. This is a huge ace from TJ. They're down 0-1 today. It's a must-win match for Vegas. And he sets the pace, right? They're up 1-0 in that search. They lose a big map 1 that arguably they could have won. TJ, he's been lights out in search all year. Big ace.
That's number 3. Number 2, we see this today. Just an absolute blunder. And on the other side of it, a great play out of Jamie Craven, a.k.a. Insight. I think he sound horse capsule whenever he jumps up in the top window. Wins a crazy 1v1. And right here, I thought Vickle was on the bomb. He actually ends up going for the kill. Doesn't work out for him. Doesn't get the final kill, but a 1v3 against Florida. I mean, goodness.
It's still a 1v3, so...
And our number 1 play...
This is, I mean...
Kismet's been number 1 against us a couple times. This was nuts.
This was insane. This is an insane ace. He finds 3 in incredible fashion. He finds the 4th here. Luckily, they don't take the series, but, I mean, that from the Bulldog was... incredible.
And I believe he probably starts barking at his screen right there, getting the boys hyped up. It's a crucial round to go 4-3. It's a lot better to go 4-4 instead of 5-3. Kismet ends up clutching up, getting that ace. And that's our top 10 for the week. So congrats to everyone that made it. Great plays, everybody.
Correct.
And let's move on to our final segment of the show.
So for this final segment, first off, it's called Call of Community. And we'll talk to you about what that is.
COC.
Yeah, so we're taking questions from you guys both on Twitter at BreakdownPod. That's BreakdownPod. As well as
COC spam in the chat,
as well
folks?
as in the Twitch chat. So why don't you look for a question in Twitch chat right now? I'll look for a question on our Twitter.
Oh, Kiz is in here actually. Let's go, Kiz.
And we'll just get it started.
Yo, Kiz, stop acing us in Search and Destroy and being our number 1 play of the week, dude. Because holy shit. Wait, what'd you say? Kismet, stop acing us and being the number 1 play of the week, you bastard.
Yeah.
Or I'll start barking.
Prick.
Yes. Stop doing it. All right, why don't you start us off there, Zin?
All right, this is from Christian Barber on Twitter. If Scump and Methods were on a roster right now, who are the 2 SMGs you would want to compete for our team? Do you guys win a major? So I'm guessing you're Flex, I'm main AR. What 2 SMGs do we want?
On our team?
You pick one, I'll pick the other.
Dude, give me fucking Shotzi and Kyler, dude. Literally, give me Shotzi and Kyler.
I mean, I can't argue with you.
Dude, they actually look insane. That might be a little bit biased, but right now, Shotzi and Kyler are looking fantastic on the map. Their teamwork looks good. Kyler's been great in Search and Destroy. I'm going Shotzi and Kyler. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they say bias.
I agree with you.
Doesn't bother me.
But now let's give them 2 that aren't on OpTic, just so we have like 2 variations. So Shotzi and Kyler, that's number 1. Number 2, Simpadabisi.
Simpadabisi? I mean, that's a pretty safe bet right there. Those guys are pretty freaking good. Yeah. Our next question from Siren, why was Rapid Fire rigged for Zinni? I knew they were going to say that. Chat, was Rapid Fire not rigged?
Now, listen, I understand we're airing this on your channel, so they're all going to agree with you, but the matter of the fact, the truth that you don't want to hear is I was simply the better man today.
Dude, they're all saying rigged right now.
It doesn't matter what they're saying.
All of them. The question discrepancy was
nuts. You've always had this problem. It's a character flaw.
What, I can't give credit?
Yeah, you discredit people.
Dude, no, that was
mostly
actually rigged.
me.
That was actually rigged.
Nope, I was the better man today. You're pissed. Anyways.
Next question.
Moving on. Once again, I'm scrolling. We have so many questions here. What's the best way to regain after a tough L? That's from Beckard. And I think my answer is just have a short-term memory. It's competition. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. You're playing against the best CDL teams and players in the world. You're allowed to be pissed, right? You air your frustrations. You guys have that emotional talk when people are angry, and that actually helps teams improve. But my opinion is have a short-term memory. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, when I was competing, I was probably mad. It was obviously a lot different when you're playing online matches compared to like at LANs. At LANs, it's obviously a lot harder to regain. At LANs, usually the cure was go out and get drinks with people that also lost. Online, you don't really have that luxury, so you kind of just go back, watch the matches back over. Obviously, you do that on LAN as well, but watch the matches back, try to take something from it. And try to make it a positive however way you can. You don't want to sit there and dwell on it for too long, and it just makes everything bad. It makes a toxic environment. You got to regain quickly, and just work on what went wrong. Just focus on getting better, because it's all you can really do. The more you dwell on it, the more it hurts you.
Sure. Why don't you pick another question from Twitch chat?
Chat, what do we got? Let me pick a good one here. Oh, this is actually a good one. I don't think we've talked about this yet. Should mouse and keyboard players be allowed in challengers?
No.
No?
No, I think it should be. Well, first, let me say, I do think I've never played mouse and key. I've always been a controller gamer. People say that Call of Duty is actually easier on controller because I guess the movement is difficult, but I think you kind of have to keep it even across the board, right? If you're adding a different input device, that changes things up entirely. So I just think the easy answer is no, just for like competitive integrity and to keep things very simple. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably also say no. Dude, mouse and key, it just adds so much. Like, dude, when you play mouse and key players on COD and they're just snapping, sometimes it's just so sus. Obviously, there's very good mouse and key players, but I think it should just stay controller. There were rumors like back in the day about them allowing mouse and key, but I just think Call of Duty at the end of the day, it's a controller game. Keep it controller. There's probably some mouse and key people in the chat right now that are not very happy with our answer.
Sorry.
But yeah, sorry. I just think Call of Duty is a controller game. I think it should stay that way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Correct. This question is from Zank on Twitter. Who's your MVP so far this season? You're answering this one first.
My MVP for the season so far?
I have my answer. You can go ahead
I already
first.
know your answer. It's Cellium.
Correct.
Yes. I could have told you that fucking instantly. It's Cell. My MVP frontrunner for the year so far, I would say Pred. Pred has definitely made a very good case for himself. He got number 1 KD overall the past 2 stages. This stage, obviously, he doesn't have that. Abizi, I'd give an honorable shout as well. Cellium, I'd give an honorable shout. Scraps, my rookie of the year.
Correct.
And I think those would be like my top 3 right now, just based off of the full year. I think it's kind of hard to argue with those 3 players. They've been playing pretty fucking solid. So
correct. I mean, my answer is Cell. I agree with you. There's so many players that are in that discussion, but I think Cell, he's won a major, so he already has a win. I think their worst placing all year is top 3. So if you have a team that's floor is top 3 and you have a player who's playing so consistently amazing, like it's not even like he's playing average. Like his average is like a 1 point. His worst level of play is like a 1.1 or like a 1. So I know it sounds like I love the kid, which is true, but I just think he's just an insane player.
It's very warranted, though. Like, people can sit here, they can say glazing, whatever they want, but Cell definitely deserves to be in that conversation. The kid's been an absolute beast, so, I mean, I don't blame you at all for picking him.
I got an interesting one right here if you want me to go ahead.
I also have an interesting one.
You start.
Does OpTic run it back for next year if they finish strong? If OpTic wins champs at the end of the year, then there is almost a guarantee that you have to run it back. If you win champs and you don't run it back, I don't see that happening. If you win champs, you stick together as a team.
Correct.
Right now, they look like the best team in the game. If they can continue that form, I don't see any reason why they would split up.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too early to tell. I think the recency bias in COD is insane, and the only tournament people really care about is champs, so it comes down to how that champs goes, right? If they make a champs final, there's obviously a huge discussion to be had. If they win champs, I agree. There's no reason for them to break up.
Yeah.
The only tough part when it comes to making roster changes is certain players become free agents once in a blue moon and once every couple years, once every
people are saying Pred
2 or 3
obviously
years.
A deal is tried to be struck with Pred this year. It doesn't happen. People are saying Pred, you can't pass up on him. But if they win champs, why would you want to switch up the team?
I agree. I think if you win champs, you stick together. And, of course, there's still a conversation around keeping the team together depending on how they evolve and how they mesh and how they play at champs. But it's all going to come down to that final event.
And not to mention, Kyler has been playing unbelievable the past 2 stages. He has been one of the most underrated players in the league. I don't know. People obviously have their opinions, whatever. I think if they win champs, they stick. Don't win champs, there's obviously a deeper discussion to have there, but if they win champs, I think they absolutely stick.
Yeah. Who in the league can't gun you? No friend answers allowed. From Slow. This is tough because I feel like we know all these guys personally. So, like, we're friends with almost every single player in the league, so I'm not even sure. Do you have an answer in mind? Who can't gun you?
I mean, right now, we haven't really been playing.
Dude, I think we have to give our friends here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't give a fuck how
to
much
be
hill
fair,
time he has.
You definitely can't. You're not in the league, but You definitely can't gun. You want me to pull it up?
No, you're terrible.
You want me to pull it up right now?
No, you're fucking awful. Listen, no matter what, no matter how much hill time he gets, I don't care how well he's playing now. I'm putting accuracy to bed every time I see him.
You think you're putting down Lamar?
I know where he is. I'm stunned aid combo. I'm ripping his wig. Lamar's going down.
No, I mean, yeah, they're pros for a reason. They grind every single day. I mean, I'm still gunning some of these motherfuckers.
You're a 30-time champion, dude.
I'm still,
have some respect for yourself.
I'm still gunning some of these
Give me a
fools.
name.
Retired on a 1.1, you know, like.
Give me a name.
I'm not.
No, give me a name. Who are you gunning?
I'm not giving you a name.
That's a lump.
I could gun a lot of people in the league still, I reckon.
That's a lump. But I think, are we good? You want to do some more?
I don't know. If we get another juicy question in the chat.
Yeah, guys, submit your questions to be featured. Once again, we do this on Twitter and Twitch, so we want to give incentive to watch live. We're also thinking of ways to incorporate you guys more that are watching live, because this, of course, is on Spotify and YouTube as well, but we want to incorporate those who are showing a bit of extra love and spending their time with us live on the breakdown.
They want a name so bad.
Give them a name.
Dude,
Who
I'm not
can't
giving
gun
you
you?
a fucking name, dude.
Who can't gun you?
A lot of them.
Name one.
A lot.
Name.
A lot of them.
Name one. This is insane. Name one right now. Who can't gun you right now?
Dude, you're fucking weird. You're instigating right now. You're
Name
actually
them.
instigating.
Name them.
I'm not naming anybody.
That's insane.
It's disrespectful, bro. These are literal professionals.
Doesn't matter. I'm gunning Lamar. I'm gunning TJ.
Those are your friends, though.
Doesn't matter. Clay, I'm shooting his body after I kill him. I can keep going.
People are saying Tej.
I've already beat Shotzi in a 1v1.
Weird flex.
That's on my YouTube.
Weird flex.
So I've already beat Shotzi. There's no reason I can't fucking put him down again. I can keep naming if you want. I'm looking at a player like Slasher. I'll rip that hat off his head.
You're ripping that hat off in game, of course.
Shoot that body off.
Sure.
So there are a lot of players who I'm taking out. But, yeah, man.
What are the best ways of learning hard point spawns? Watching us on the deep dive.
Or rank play for dummies on youtube.com/methods. This is insane.
Yeah, sorry, we had to plug that one. My bad, guys. But I think that's gonna do it for our show today. Thank you guys so much. Obviously, I'm gonna plug the Rich and Lonely one more time. Riley, if you could actually cut to my screen really quickly. Pull up the website for you guys.
Wow, this is insane promo.
Huh?
This is insane promo.
I mean,
I like it.
Well, it obviously it ends tonight at midnight, so I'm gonna give it one more plug while we're still live. It's 7:30, so they have a couple more hours.
That's the deep dive. Right now, we're deep diving into the Rich and Lonely.
We're deep diving into the Rich and Lonely times Scump. If you guys want to pick something up, open till midnight. Biggest drop that I've ever been a part of for merch. So thank you guys, everyone that supported. This will be my last time plugging it, I swear. If you want something, richandlonely.shop. Make sure to pick something up. We got a little bit of something for everybody. And
get that mug for your coffee in the morning. You can drink that coffee while wearing that Bone hoodie, my favorite of the drop. Great drop, my good friends. richandlonely.shop. Ends at midnight. Now's the time to get it. It may never be live again.
Hey, look at that. Someone said that was our best show yet. I think that was our best show yet.
W show or what? Guys, can we get a W spam if it's your favorite? We love bringing this show to you guys. Once again, we hear your criticism. We will constantly try and improve the show. And obviously, as we go and we get more comfortable, we're going to loosen up and make things a lot more fun. But
yeah, that was our smoothest show by far. Thank you to Riley. Thank you to Roger. Obviously, we're taking your feedback into consideration for the deep dive. I think we are going to change it up for next week. We're going to change it up slightly, and then we'll obviously come back to it, get your feedback again. And if you guys like it, we'll keep it. But
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, any closing words? Happy
Easter. I'm still new to this whole thing, man. I joined OpTic probably not even 2 months ago. Your love and support has been unmatched. I'll glaze you a little bit. Thank you to you. We've been killing it. I've been having a lot of fun. So thank you for joining us in the watch party.
Someone asked, what's the red button?
Thank you. Just worry about that. Just wait.
Just wait for the red button.
That being said, Happy Easter.
It's nothing, man. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry. They're saying press it now. No, we're not pressing it.
Thanks for watching. Yeah. You got to keep watching if you want to see what that button does.
Thank you guys very much. Y'all have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your Easter. Thank you for the love and support as always, and we will catch you guys next week for the next episode of The Breakdown.
Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your night.